What is up, guys? Well, we are still at it with the dumpsters, and we almost got our website done. Dumpster business is going okay. I mean, it's not giving me, I'm not becoming a millionaire, but it is making some money. Now, for somebody who doesn't have that much money to work with, it could be a problem, a big problem. So, and the problem would be is that, well, you're gonna make a check, but then you gotta pay things. Things happen, and you're gonna spend some money. So the number one thing for you to do is either come in with some capital. If you want to make it, capital is going to be the number one thing, is to have some kind of startup money. And capital meaning, like, well, it's like when I was at, I had the CarQuest in the bank. We had what we call the startup money or capital. So you can move your business, and that capital, would be, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Bigger stores, more money, right? But at least 30. And in this type of dumpster business, you're spending a lot of money on gas, dumps, so things that break on you, repairs, patches, food. So one thing to think about when you're gonna do something like this is to think, long term, meaning that if I came in here in this business thinking I was gonna make my, become rich right away, or make it right away, everybody would be doing the same thing, and this business has a lot of turnaround. So meaning that it's got a lot of people who do not make it, and they're out there, these businesses who sell the trailers and the bins and stuff like that. They're doing their job. They're selling. They don't care if the guy makes it or doesn't make it, or if it makes it or doesn't make it, or if you struggle or you don't struggle. The guy who sells you the trailer and the roll-off dumpsters, they get paid as soon as you leave, so they're not in, they're making their money, and that's all they care about, right? And so us, we go in thinking, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna do so much money. Me, I said I'm gonna come in and I'll do so much, I'll have these many down, so I'm gonna do this many. When I first bought the business, I only had the trailer and 2 dumpsters. When I bought the business, had a website, had everything. I decided to change all that, go a different route. My website is being built. It would have been cheaper for me to keep the other website. The other website was done. All I had to do was tweak it, and they give you a certain amount of time I think it's per month or per week. I forget. But they give you time to make changes if you need to make changes. And it was cheaper than what I'm doing now. So I expect a lot from what I'm gonna get now. You know, it was just easy for me to go pay $250 for the year. You know, instead of paying $100 a month and, you know, $2,500 to build the site. And so, anyways, so what I'm getting to is that if you, like me, I went out and I bought everything. So I own just about anything. But if I didn't, like, there's a lot of people who take those trailers and they don't have that cash to just buy it right away, right? And so they decide, okay, I'm gonna finance it. I'm gonna finance this trailer with the bins, and they probably just start off with 3 bins, and you know, they get into it, and next thing you know, they're not making enough money to pay themselves, and they're not making enough money to pay their bills, right? And so, I'm fixing to get here to my ranch. Excuse me. I need 1 second. Clear some trees. So there's a problem. There's an issue. The issue is that you just don't have enough to make it, and people start struggling, and you know, it's hard to do it, man. I can tell you right now that it is difficult, that it is not that easy to just say, you know what, I'm gonna buy a certain amount of bins and I'm gonna make a certain amount of money quick. That's just not gonna, it's not gonna happen like that, guys. It's just not. Don't get strung up on these videos where they tell you, you know, the videos that you watch out there, just like this one, man. You know, but there's a lot of people who are out there and they say, you know, they're telling you what to do, and it's good. There's some people out there that is true, you know, that you can watch as many videos, but don't go out there and believe, because these guys they got more time in their hands to make videos, and I don't have that much work, and I don't have all the time in the world to make videos to be able to post. When I'm there, I'm trying to make that dollar. So I'm getting down, and yes, you know, these guys are making side hustle, I guess, you know, on videos and stuff like that. I'm not even sure how much they make and off them, but, or, you know, but it is what it is, man. Everybody's got their niche, you know. I'm just saying that if you go out there and you're gonna do this, expect that you're not gonna have a lot right away. Some people get lucky, you know. Some people have everything. They have a construction company, they work for other people, they do a lot of jobs from commercial jobs. They have the people that they can sell it to and say, hey, you know, let me get you some dumpsters. You know, we're doing this job here, and they're making money off the dumpsters from them. But then something happens and they don't have that contractor no more. What happens? They go broke, or they lose their business, or they panic, and they sell their business, or, you know, that's what happens. So right now with me, I got a whole different view. I bought in the bins that I need. I'm gonna buy some more bins. I don't have the work that I need to support all the bins, but you know what? I think it's coming. It's starting to pick up a little bit, man. I've been struggling, but I also have been putting my, how would I say, my investments into this, right? So I came in and I bought the trailer, the 2 bins, cash, and then I invested in, I basically sold some things to invest into this, right? And then they have a special where you buy 5 bins, and you get, you know, 5 for, I think I bought mine after, you know, close to 25 grand for 5, so $5,000 a piece, which was okay, you know what I mean? But I didn't finance it. The way that they catch you, man, is that, you know, you get them financed. And 5 turns into 30, or 25 turns into 30, or 32, or so you owe, in payments. Yeah, it's cheap payment or whatever, but you're gonna be paying, $35,000 for these 5 things. So that's how they make their money. The bank is not gonna care. The one that's loaning you the money to get them, they basically pay it off. So let's say like me, I have the Texas Pride. They'll pay off Texas Pride. Texas Pride doesn't finance me, even though that would be a good business, right? Because I do the same thing with properties, and so the properties that I buy and I sell, I finance, and then so I make interest on things like that. So, but I guess if Texas Pride would finance their thing, they would make more money, but they would have to front these things, and I don't think that they want to do that, because they get paid anyways. Just get paid and move on, you know what I mean? But let's just say if I was a company that was doing that, I would be making probably pretty good in interest to finance people and say, you know what, I'm going to buy, or I'm going to finance you those 5 dumpsters. Because at the end of the day, you can always go repo them, or, you ask so much up front, they're going to make some payments on them, and you just got to stay on top of it. But anyways, guys, the only advice that I can give y'all is to not fully put all your eggs, like me, in the basket, unless you got money to play with. If you got money to play with, do what you gotta do. You're gonna spend. So far, thank God, I've been able to make money that I've spent, or not that I've invested. I haven't got my return back, but I can tell you right now that at least I'm making my week, right? I'm paying myself, but that's about it. There is no, I'm getting paid, and if I use my credit cards, to get gas and stuff like that, pay off the credit cards. But I'm still feeding it, man. I'm still giving it money, and so that's the hardest part. The hardest part is giving it something and it doesn't give it you quite back. So let's just say I give it something and I lose $100 or $200. I get my money back, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's a company that I'm doing some business with, and to me, I was like, man, I got a 15-yard back, from another person, and then I had 2 of them that I did last week, so it was 3 last week. So I'm not super busy yet, right? But then I go and pick up the one I left one last week. At the beginning of this week I did 2 with the hotel, and then I went to pick up my second one, and he told me, he was like, man, I'm gonna need 2 a day, back to back, 2 a day, probably 3 a day. And so I worked out a plan. I was like, you know what, if he needs that many, I'm just gonna stick around. I'm gonna leave super early, get over there, drop it, let them fill it. He said that he'll fill it within the hour, take it, dump it, bring it back. I can take 2-3 containers, but the problem is that he doesn't want to leave them there, because he doesn't want an issue with the city, and so he says, you know what, you just got to pick them up every day at 5 o'clock, and we have no problem, unless I can leave some, but I have to leave it in a position where it's not going to block anybody, which I've been doing that. So he doesn't mind that, as long as he doesn't. But right now, he said, man, I got 2 units that I'm opening up, and they're fixing to start tearing out the stuff. So he wants 2 per day, 2 or 3 per day. So I mean, at 2 or 3 per day, Monday through Friday. Or it actually, starts Monday, and Monday to Thursday is what it is, because he's got another company that has his regular trash, and he doesn't want to. He fills up theirs, but they're tiny, little tiny things, you know what I mean? So that's just for his business, though. So he says, Monday through Thursday, hey man, if you can give me 2 a day, you're making money just in that spot, because you're not going too far. You're keeping them there in that position. But we'll see how it goes, man. You guys, you know, go out there and make some money, man. But also, you know, don't spend all of it. Keep some money in the bank, because it's hard, man. I've noticed I was stressing out a little bit, and not because I'm not making any money, but because I have brand new dumpsters that are sitting, and I'm fixing to get 3 more. So I only have 7 right now, and I'm gonna get 10, and I'm gonna work up to 20. And I'm gonna invest in it. I'm in it. You know, I haven't been in it that long. I worked with my brother doing some dumpsters, and I got a good experience because of that. Thank God for him that he gave me that chance. And he sold his business. I never understood why. He was on top of it. He was on top of it. I think he thought that maybe it was gonna die down. There was too many people out there, but not everybody has what he had, you know. And he had advantage, had a big advantage. But anyways, he's done with it, you know. And I'm gonna see if I can pick up some business like that, keep me busy. I really enjoy doing it. It's time consuming, but I enjoy it because when you're out there, you know, it's like a regular program, man. You do the same thing all the time, and it's a challenge sometimes. Sometimes, you know, you drop off a dumpster and it's hard to where it's being dropped off, or you know, having to pick it up, and it's hard to pick them up. You know, they're not easy. It's not easy to pick these things up and drop them off. You know, so it's a challenge sometimes. But you know what? Every day you're learning, man. Every day you're learning. So you guys, if you want, you know, I'm gonna post videos when I can. I try, but I'm trying to just, you know, this video is just so you guys can kind of get an idea that it's not too easy. All right, don't go in there thinking I'm gonna make $1 million this year. It can happen, but maybe 3 to 4 years. You know what I mean? So I'll let you guys go, and good luck.